Hello and welcome, dear students. This is question number 10 of the competency series for ICSE Class 10 students. So let's see what is this question telling us. A uniform meter rule of weight 2.5 Newton is supported at the 50 centimeter mark. Okay, let us understand the first sentence. So this question is about a uniform meter rule. Uniform meter rule means a 100 centimeter rule. Meter itself says the length is 1 meter. So the length is 1 meter or 100 centimeter. Then it also says it is a uniform meter rule, which means that the mass is uniformly distributed. It means the center of gravity is at the midpoint, 50 centimeter mark, the midpoint. Okay. And the weight of this meter rule, which is 2.5 Newton, is at the 50 centimeter mark because it's a uniform meter rule. So in uniform meter rule, we know that the weight of the meter rule lies at the center of gravity, which is at the midpoint. And what is said, it is supported at the 50 centimeter mark. It means that the pivot itself is at 50 centimeter mark. So let us draw the arrangement of this thing. So this is the meter rule. Okay. And I'm writing the markings. This is 0 centimeter. The other end is 100 centimeter. Simple. Now exactly in the middle is 50 centimeter. And it is said in the question that this uniform meter rule is supported at the 50 centimeter mark. It means that the pivot, the knife edge, is at the 50 centimeter mark. Supported means it is at the 50 centimeter mark. Okay. And it also says that the weight of this meter rule is 2.5 Newton. So I'm showing the weight also at 50 centimeter mark. You can see at 50, I've shown the weight also showing a downward pointing arrow. And this is 2.5 Newton. So the pivot is also at 50 centimeter mark. The weight of this meter rule is also acting at 50 centimeter mark. Okay. From the first sentence, we understand this. The second sentence tells a weight of 1.5 Newton is hung at the 80 centimeter mark. So at 80 centimeter mark, somewhere here should be the 80 centimeter. And at this mark, you have 1.5 Newton weight suspended. So I will show it with an arrow again. 1.5 Newton weight. 1.5 Newton weight at 80 centimeter mark. Shown. This part is also done. Now let's read the next sentence. At which point should another weight of 1 Newton be suspended so that the rule remains horizontal? So we have to suspend another weight of 1 Newton so that this rule will remain suspended. Now use the common sense. Look at the figure. In this kind of situation, you can see that this point 50 centimeter where the pivot is there the weight of the uniform meter rule is acting 2.5 Newton is also there. So is this weight or force, weight is a force, no doubt. So my question is this force 2.5 Newton producing any moment about the pivot? Think. 2.5 न्यूटन जो है क्या ये कोई मोमेंट प्रोड्यूस कर रहा है अबाउट दिस पिवट 50 सेंटीमीटर? The answer is no, because the force itself is present at 50 centimeter mark. So there is no perpendicular distance of this 2.5 Newton from the pivot. For moment, you know the formula is force multiplied with the perpendicular distance d of the force from the pivot. There should be some perpendicular distance of the line of action of force from the pivot. If this d becomes 0, then whole moment also becomes 0. Anything multiplied with 0 is 0. So if there is no distance from the pivot, there is no moment. So for this 2.5 Newton, there is no perpendicular distance from the pivot because this 2.5 Newton lies on the pivot itself. So this force is not causing any moment. It exists, but it is not producing any turning effect. So the turning effect is produced by this 1.5 Newton, which is producing clockwise moment about this pivot because it is at this distance from the pivot. So here is 50 centimeter, here is 80 centimeter. So you have 30 centimeter distance, perpendicular distance. Okay, so this 1.5 Newton is acting at a 30 centimeter distance, perpendicular distance from the pivot. Okay, 30 centimeter. How did I calculate 30 centimeter? Because this is 50, this is 80 centimeters. So 80 minus 50 is 30 centimeter. Now this 1.5 Newton is producing clockwise moment. Very easy to understand because it is trying to rotate this meter rule in a clockwise direction. Now the question is telling we have to use 1 Newton weight where we have to suspend it so that this rule becomes horizontal. So very easy, we will suspend it on this side, on the left side of the fulcrum, on the left side of the pivot, this particular side, because we have to now produce anti-clockwise moment because the clockwise moment is already existing. So now to counterbalance that, we have to produce equal amount of clockwise moment. So where we have to suspend it, that is the question. Now, let us say that somewhere here, I suspend the weight. Okay, 1 Newton weight. So I'm writing it. We are suspending the 1 Newton weight at X centimeter mark. So this particular distance is how much then? From the pivot. 1 Newton is acting at what distance from the pivot? Very easy. If this point is X centimeter, this is 50 centimeter. So the distance is 50 minus X centimeters. So we have to find the value of X, means which marking, at which mark we have to suspend this 1 Newton. So now we have, in this situation, the rule has become horizontal. So if it has become horizontal, we will apply the principle of moments, which says that anti-clockwise moments is equal to clockwise moments. We equate them. So this 1 Newton is producing the anti-clockwise moment. Okay, so 1 multiplied with this distance, which is 50 minus X, is equal to clockwise moment, which is produced because of 1.5 Newton multiplied with this distance, 30 centimeter. So this is 45. And this side we have 50 minus X. So what is it? X lies at 50 minus 45. That is, X is 5 centimeter mark. Very simple. That means we have to suspend this 1 Newton at 5 centimeter mark. So we will write, therefore, the 1 Newton must be suspended at 5 centimeter mark. I hope you have enjoyed this question, you have understood this question, and if you don't want to miss any of the competency questions which we are doing in this series, do subscribe to the channel and also press the bell icon. Meanwhile, if you have not watched the previous questions of the series, you can check the link given in the description box of this video. So God bless everyone. Take care.